Okay, is the FinSec available?
Hello, I'm here.
All right, FinSec, thank you very much. So I think you are going to start the procession for us this morning as we call the program to order. So normally we start by the recitation of the second stanza of the national anthem. So we are going to do that for us. You lead us in doing that, okay?
All right.
Before we go to other activities. So this event is hereby called to order. 2024 Safer Internet Day celebration by Internet Society Nigerian chapter. Thank you very much. Over to you, FinSec.
All right. Let us all join me in reading the second stanza of the national anthem. 1, 2, go. O God of creation, direct our noble cause. Guide our
leaders right.
Help our youth
the truth to know.
In love and
honesty to grow.
And live in just
and truth.
Great lofty height attain. To build a nation where peace and justice shall reign.
Thank you very much, Honorable FinSec. That's the Financial Secretary of Internet Society Nigerian chapter, Mr. SID Adedokun. Thank you very much for that beautiful rendition. All right, without further ado, we hereby call this meeting to order, like I earlier said, and it has started. And before I go to my speech, the keynote address, we want each of us to introduce, themselves one after the other, although in no particular order, but I'm going to call the ops to come up, and the op managers will tell us one or two things about the op and what they are doing there. Thank you very much. So I'm going to start with the Vice President, who is the manager of our Lagos op for the 2024 Safer Internet Day. I can see Mr. Vice President, and that is Dr. Adebumi Akimbo. I believe you are ready for us.
Honorable Mr. President, I'm ready. Should I go ahead, sir?
All right. So you have 5 minutes to tell us what is happening in Lagos Hub. Thank you.
Okay, so we cannot call our hub Lagos Hub. We'll call ourselves more Ogun State Hub, if you don't mind, sir. May I still proceed, sir?
Approved.
Thank you. Adebumi Adeola Akibo, for the records, I'm here with students of Lord's Favor International. And if you look around, if you check our video feed, we are still in the mode of separating the ladies or young women. I'm afraid I don't want to call them girls so that they don't feel that I'm making them look lesser. And the gentlemen on the other side into groups of 12. Fortunately, we have up to almost 100 students, and we can't reject them at the moment. And we are set to go for the Safer Internet Day. If anyone has any question, please go ahead. Dr. Adebumi Adeola Akimbo for the records. Thank you for the audience.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Vice President. All right, so I just want to confirm if we have any of the teachers with you now, maybe the principal, the vice principal, or maybe head of IT or ICT, as it may be applicable in your own case. Can you confirm that now?
Yes, I want to confirm that we have we have the principal here with us, live and direct. Should I pass the mic on to her?
Yes, please. We want to hear our voice. Thank you, Mr. VP. Well done.
This is the principal of Lord's Favor International School. This is
All right, thank you, Ma. We want to appreciate you. We appreciate the fact that you honor our invitation and you accepted us to come and use your school as a hub for the 2024 Safer Internet Day awareness program. And we hope this is going to be the beginning of, you know, a good partnership that's going to last for a very long time. Thank you very much, Ma. And we do really appreciate this. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Mr. Vice President. Keep doing the good work. And I want to find out if any other hub is ready for us so that you can pass the baton to the next hub. Or do you have any other thing to say before we leave Lagos? Although we'll still come back.
Okay, so I am fortunate to have one other teacher here with us. So I'm working towards him.
Good morning, sir. This is
All right. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. My name is Obushekolo Adamilola.
All right. Good morning, ma. Thank you very much. We appreciate your presence.
Hello, sir. My name is Rebecca. Mr. President, are you present? Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. All right, perhaps maybe we can hear maybe one or two words of about your expectation with respect to this program. Lagos Hub, we ask you. Maybe one of the teachers can tell us their expectation today, or maybe one of the students or pupils. Please, the audio, we can hear the speaker, please.
All right, sir. Good morning once again, sir. So like
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So like I said, we heard so much about safer internet from the internet, and we are expecting more from the internet society Nigerian chapter to wow us and train us, especially the young ones, on the right use of internet and to let them know how important that digital identity is. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Can we hear one of the students? I know the expectations are high. So if one of the students or pupils can actually tell us his or her expectation today.
Mr. President.
Yes, please.
We have a young man that is stepping forward.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
We have a young man that is stepping forward.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Please, let's give him a round of applause.
My expectation is also computer programming, and I'm willing to learn more on this program.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for him. I'm clapping for you here. You can see my clap. I'm clapping for you. Thank you very much. All right, Lagos Hub, I think we have to leave you for now while you continue doing your good job. and we move to the next hub that may be ready for us. So which hub is up now? Who takes the baton from Lagos? I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, the Ogun State hub, yeah, Southwest hub. We're located in Ogun State. So which hub is taking over from Lagos? Is Abuja ready?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning, sir. I think Abuja is ready.
Good morning, Abuja. The federal
morning.
capital city.
Good morning. Yes, good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning, Honorable Program Secretary.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Yes, sir. So we're about to start now. The students just they were just released from the break. For the break,
Excellent.
So we are about to start. But we have everything intact, both the teachers, facilitators, and everything, students, and everything.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you,
Can we
Abuja.
talk to
All
one of
right.
the teachers? We can talk to one of the teachers.
Okay. Let's hear from one of our teachers.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe
Good morning.
it's our expectation for today. Then after that.
Yeah. I'm with you. Hello?
All right, Abuja, you have the floor.
Yeah.
Good morning,
I can
sir.
hear you. Yes. Good morning. You said something,
Thank
my
you very
expectation?
much. First of all, before you say something, yes. Before you say that, may I appreciate the fact that you allow us to come and use your school as a hub the 2024 Safer Internet Day. We appreciate this, and we hope this is going to be the beginning of a long-lasting partnership, and we hope to do other things with you, because we know that in this era we are, we cannot do without internet. Somebody say data is life, and we believe so much that we need to educate the young ones and even the elderly ones in the right way of using the internet. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much for making this program available to us. On behalf of the school, we are very grateful. So we thank you for that. This we actually expose students to the use of the internet, because as it is rightly written on your banner, the internet is for everyone. Nobody should be excluded from the use of the internet. So this program is a welcome development, and we truly appreciate this. We as well hope that this partnership will go a long way in strengthening the use of the internet, not in the bad way, but what will benefit both the school and the students. So we appreciate it. We thank you very much for this program.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, we appreciate you too. And like I said, this is the beginning of a new partnership, and I believe it's going to be of mutual benefit to both your school and the Internet Society Nigerian chapter. And of course, Internet Society Africa and, Global Internet Society, because we are a global body, a global society, so to say. Thank you very much. All right. The hub manager, program secretary.
Okay, over to you.
Are you still available?
Yeah.
All right. So can we hear from one of your students?
Okay, before we get this, one of the students ready, you can talk to the lead facilitator.
Good morning, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. That is Miss Fubara, right?
Yes, you're correct, sir.
I hope I got the name right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. And I believe you are ready for us. So what are we expecting from you today? So can you just give us a tip of the iceberg? Thank you.
Of course. So my presentation today will cut across like 3 topics. I'll be speaking on cyberbullying, I would also be speaking on safe use of the internet and then data privacy. Under those topics, I would cover the rights and responsibilities of minors as both data subjects and as potential cyberbullying victims or even aggressors in some cases. So that is what I'll be covering in my presentation.
All right, thank you very much. I would not want you to let the old cat out of the bag for now, so that the students can listen when the session starts. I mean your own session, so to say. So thank you very much. We appreciate your support. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
One of the students ready?
All right.
Good morning, sir.
Can we hear from one of the students? Good morning. Can we meet you? What's your name?
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Olalekon.
All right, Olalekon, thank you very much. So what are your expectations today?
Since today happens to be the internet or safer internet day, my expectation is no more than them teaching us how to be safe online and on internet.
All right, excellent, excellent. That's fantastic. And I'm sure you are going to learn a lot today. I hope you have your jotter and your pen with you. All right?
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
You are going to learn a lot. Just listen to the facilitators, and I'm sure whatever you get from them is going to be very, very useful for you, not only today, but even throughout your lifetime, because you never can tell. There are things we learn when we are very young, and we that are, you know, a little bit of age and a little bit older than you, we still discover that some of those knowledge that we gained like 20, 25, 30 years ago, we're still making use of them. So please, this is a very good opportunity, okay? So grab it.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you, Lekon.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Program Secretary.
Yes, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Well done, well done. Keep doing the good work. And yes. I think at this juncture, we have to leave you and move to another hub. I don't know if Yola is ready for us. Maybe we check out Joss, if Joss is ready. All right, so which hub is ready for us now? Hello? Okay, all right, so while we are waiting for the other hubs to showcase what they are doing, I think this may be a very good time for me to give my keynote address, okay, before I yield the floor to any other hub that is ready for us. I'm your humble servant. My name remains Engineer Kunle Olorundare, the president of Internet Society Nigerian chapter. And here is my keynote address for today's event. Although I'm sitting down, permit me to sit down, please. Our protocol duly observed. Okay, I stand before you today not only as the president of Internet Society Nigerian chapter, but as a proud witness to the incredible dedication and tireless efforts of our entire executive committee. Today, we celebrate a truly significant milestone, the successful launch of 6 hubs across Nigeria in recognition of Safer Internet Day 2024. This year, we have embarked on a bold new initiative. For the first time ever, our Safer Internet Day celebration are hybridized, reaching an even wider audience through the power of webcasting, thanks to Internet Society, and thanks to Jolly for the great and excellent support that we got from Internet Society in that regard. This landmark achievement speaks volumes about our commitment to inclusivity and the relentless pursuit of creating a digital space accessible to all. Safer Internet Day stands for something fundamental: empowering minds and protecting rights in the digital space. Our chosen theme, empowering minds, protecting rights, creating a safer digital Africa, echoes the collective voice of the Africa Safer Internet Day community and Child Online Africa. It aligns perfectly with the global theme, Together for a Better Internet, reminding us that the responsibility for a safe online space lies not with one entity, but all of us, united in purpose. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the schools that graciously accepted our invitation to host physical events. Our sincere appreciation goes to the principals, vice principals, and teachers who have partnered with us, going above and beyond to ensure the success of this initiative. Furthermore, I heartfelt thanks to our esteemed collaborators, ZTech and NCC. Their invaluable support has stretched out, sorry, I take that again. Their invaluable support has stretched our reach beyond the 6 hubs we initially established, proving that when we work together, the impact is amplified. The more, the merrier, like some people will say. The more voices we have, the merrier, and the safer our digital world becomes. Finally, I want to acknowledge and applaud the entire ISOC Nigerian community for being a part of this remarkable journey. Each and every one of you, through your participation and active engagement, has contributed to creating a cleaner and healthier internet space. Let this day serve as a reminder to our work. Let this day serve as a reminder that our work doesn't end here. Let us continue to empower minds, protect rights, and champion a safer and more inclusive internet for all. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can build a better internet. Thank you, and God bless. All right, that was my keynote address. All right, I need to quickly say this. One of those bodies that we are collaborating with is Cisco and Computer Society of Nigeria, that's Jos chapter. And as a matter of fact, we'll be having Mr. Sati Sapel, who will definitely come later to give us a lightning talk, with respect to, how to be safe online, or what I may call data privacy, so to say. I believe it's online right now. He's also doing a very good job, so I need to acknowledge him. My apologies that my speech didn't capture that, and I need to quickly correct that. Thank you very much, Mr. Sati Sapel. I'm sure he's online now. And later we may also have Ms. Tinuade, who is going to join in the lightning talk too. So please, for those online, I believe it's going to be a wonderful, interactive session for us. And so just still on the dial. Thank you very much. All right. So without wasting time, I want us to move to any other hub that is ready for us now. Is Yola ready? Or is it Joss? Okay, let me just call Joss. Joss, over to you.
Hello, Kunle. Good morning.
Good morning, Honorable
Yes, good morning
Treasurer.
to everyone online.
Good morning. How is Joss today?
Joss is fine.
And how is the mountain?
Joss is fine and very cold. We have our students here.
All right.
Sorry. Thank you.
What is the temperature? Because I know just temperature is always unique and special.
I think it's
I'm curious.
Today.
There you go. All right.
And then we have some of our teachers as well. I don't know if you can see us.
Yes, we can see you live and direct.
Okay, so they're all here. They're ready. We're ready to take off. We've heard your speech. Mr. Sati Dapel is also here as one of my volunteers, and Miss Young is also one of our volunteers. These are the teachers here. Okay.
Excellent.
Yes. So
well
do you have
done.
anything?
All right. So we want to hear
the principal is here. Good morning, sir.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Same here. All right. Before I yield the floor to you, let me first of all appreciate you. We want to appreciate this partnership, and we know that it's a special gift from you, so to say, and we do really and sincerely appreciate it, because we know that for you to accept us and say, okay, come and use my school as a hub for Safer Internet Day 2024. It must have gone through a lot of, bureaucratic decision process. So we do really appreciate that, and we appreciate the energy you have put into that. And we hope this is going to be the beginning of a long-lasting partnership between your school and Internet Society Nigerian chapter. Thank you very much. So we want to hear from you. What are your expectations, sir?
Ever since we got the mail message, we were so very grateful, and at the school, we're anticipating this very day, and we feel that it's really going to expose us to many things that we never knew before. So it's really, really a very great pleasure for us, and we're anticipating many more things that we've never seen before.
All right, thank you very much, sir. And as a matter of fact, this is going to be a landmark event that's going to define, the way we move forward in terms of our relationship with your school. And definitely, this is 21st century, and you will agree with me that internet has come to stay and it's part of our life. I mean, if you don't do things online, you feel like you are not complete. I can't imagine myself, not getting information from the internet, for a whole 24 hours. I just feel like maybe I'm not current. That is me personally. I feel like, no, something is still missing. So that is what internet has become in our life today. We do a lot of things online. We buy things, we attend meetings. We even take decisions online nowadays. So we now see the reason why we have to, educate ourselves, why we need to create the awareness that, look, okay, this internet we're talking about, there are ways to use it, there are ethics around it, and we need to be safe. The issue of data privacy, the issue of, ethics online, as in how you talk to people online, so that they will respond to you, and so many other things. So these are things that we are going to be talking about today, and I'm sure the students are ready, and I'm sure they are good to go. So we want to hear from one of the students or pupils, maybe what they are expecting today. Just one of them.
Nare, what are you expecting today?
We want to. First, please, you need to introduce yourself. I want to know your name. I want to know you. I want to meet you, so that when I come to Jos, that mountainous city, I'll be able to say, I know somebody here. All right, over to you.
My name is Nara Jeffrey. I'm from Beaches Memorial Academy. I'm in SS2.
All right. So what are your expectations today?
I'm expecting what I've never learned before, and what I am going to be today is going to be one of a kind, as in what I've never learned before. And
all right. All right. And I'm assuring you that you are going to learn a lot, okay? And some of the things you are going to learn today, I bet you still need them in the future, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, okay? So it's just like what you are learning in school, which of course, more like prerequisites to, advanced studies. So this thing you are learning today is going to be what you'll be using even in your day-to-day activities. When you want to buy things online, you'll be conscious, okay, am I supposed to give this information? Oh, no. Okay, this information, is it really original? Is it fake? Is it authentic? These are things you are going to learn, and I think it's really good for a healthy internet. So I'm sure you're going to learn a lot. I hope you have your biro or your pen and your paper. All right. So just sit down and enjoy yourself today, okay? Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joss. All right. Honorable Treasurer, keep doing the good work.
Okay,
all
sir.
Right. Any last words from you?
We hope to have an enlightening session today, and that by the end of today, we'll all be safer while using the internet.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much. And please tell Mr. Satisapel that he should be ready for his lightning talk. That's going to be, I hope he's using a separate device, not yours, right? Aha, all right. Okay. Tell him to get ready. Thank you very much, Joss. Thank you. Keep doing the good work. All right. Bye for now. Okay. So can we move over to Yola if Yola is ready? But if Yola is not ready, then I think it may be time for Mr. Sati Dapel to come online and tell us one or two things about Safer Internet Day. And I need to quickly say this. This Safer Internet Day, it's actually a culmination of a week-long celebration of data privacy, you know, here in Nigeria, so to say. For the past 1 week, we've been having one or another program. I mean, there was a program, you know, highlighted for each day for the past 7 days in Nigeria in commemoration of Data Privacy Day, and it has been a wonderful session. And this is the culmination that is for us in Internet Society Nigerian chapter. This is the final, you know, event for this year, Data Privacy Week or celebration, so to say. So without wasting time, I want to find out if Yola is ready for us. But if Yola is not ready, and I think I will leave you with Mr. Sati Dapel, who is going to be giving us a lightning talk for the next 20 minutes with respect to data privacy, safer internet, how to keep safe online. Let him just give us what he thinks. And I think that's going to be a precursor to another collaboration that we're going to be having with him. But I don't want to let the cat out of the bag now, okay? So let him do the first job, that's the 20 minutes job. Then later he's going to tell us where we are heading to, even after this event, because there's going to be another collaboration, which is going to be a fantastic, you know, learning opportunity for each and every one of us. Thank you very much. Okay, so just give me 1 or 2 minutes. I want to check for Yola. Yola. Sorry, the hub manager for Yola. Are you ready for us? Honorable Secretary, please, can you help me to check if the Yola hub manager is ready? I guess probably they may be having issues with the internet, because I know that they've already contacted me that they are ready, but maybe internet. Oh, okay, that's Yola, I guess. Ahmad Sahad, right? Okay, Yola, over to you. Hello, Ahmad Sahad. That is Yola. We can see you, but we can't hear your voice. Honorable Secretary, please, can you make him a co-host? Mr. Nkuru. Well, I wouldn't know if the problem is from my side. I can see him, but I cannot hear his voice. The audio is not there at all. Please, can somebody confirm if the problem is not localized to my system? I can see Sahad, that is the Yola hub manager, but I can't hear his voice. Okay, thank you. So I think the problem is actually from his side. Somebody just told me that there's no audio. Honorable Secretary, how do we handle this now? I can see it's on, but probably maybe he doesn't know that we are waiting for him online. I can see the school, I can see the students, can see everything, but we need to get his attention now. Honorable Sec. My God. We can't hear Yola, but I can see that a lot of good work is going on in Yola right now. Yola, can you hear us? Yes, please.
I think we better just move to other items on the agenda because I don't think they are still ready.
Okay, I think they've started the lectures. Perhaps they don't know that we're okay. Anyway, all right. Let's. While somebody is trying to help us get in touch with Yola, I think we can move to the lightning talk now, especially for those of us online, so that at least we are going to, you know, we're going to get one or two things from this program, to apart from what we are getting from, you know, the ops. So, Mr. Sati Dapper, over to you. So this is an unstructured, you know, talk. So you'll be telling us everything we want to download from you, everything about data privacy, safer internet, online safety, and so on and so forth. All right, over to you.
All right. Good morning to you all. I think let me put my video. I don't know if you can see me. We're all here in Beatrice Memorial, and I'm here with Priscilla and one of our volunteers, Yop. I'm going to be briefly talking about data privacy. Can we reduce that volume?
Yes, probably you need to move away a little bit from the other receiver so that the reverberation or echo will be minimized.
Yes. Okay, just reduce the volume, please. All right. All right, so thank you very, very much. Unfortunately, like he said, this is a little unstructured. I was preparing the slides, but I am not fully done. So I will just share the points that I have written in Microsoft Word so that you can see as we go on the presentation. First of all, my name is Sati Satmer Dapel, and I am also a volunteer with ISOC Nigeria. I'm also with Nigeria Computer Society, at the same time with University of Jos. So permit me to share my screen. Just a minute, please. Okay, I can see my host. Can you please grant me the permission to share my screen?
Okay, Honorable Sec, please kindly oblige. And let me quickly say this, Honorable Sec and the FinSec, please, you will be managing the online event, so to say. You'll be moderating, and please take over. I need to get into another meeting now, but I will try as much as possible to be behind the scene and monitor the progress. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. President. So, Mr. Sati, you can continue with your presentation, please.
Yes, I want to share the screen. It's saying host disabled participant screen sharing. All right, so let's just continue like that. First of all, you ask we asked the question, what is data privacy? Okay, what is data privacy? And as important as that question is, the question is relevant today, especially on the fact that we are in a social media and internet day. We're in a point in our lives that internet plays a very key role in the way we live our life. You know, the social media that we use. Now, if you know or you notice, everyone that uses the internet or anyone that uses social media has some form of data that you submit on the internet. You have some of information that you share with other people on the internet.
Hello, Mr. Sati, you can share your screen now. I think it's available for you to share.
All right, thank you. Just a minute. Okay, let me just. Okay, so these are just but bullet points that I'm working on. All right, so you asked the question, what is data privacy? And trying for us to understand the importance and the relevance of having data is likened to the fact that we use it in our daily lives. We use it in our day-to-day activity. When you are on the social media, when you are applying for jobs on the internet, when you are applying for visas, when you are applying for anything, or when you are even submitting proposals, when you are trying to give information or do whatever you do these days, either on the system or you do on your phone, there is a lot of data that is presented. And this data that is presented, how do you secure it? And why do you need to actually secure it? So data privacy is generally a means or an ability for a person or persons to be able to keep their records or their data safe while they are using the net, okay? While they are using the internet or while they are using any internet-based facility. And the reason is because this particular data is being shared amongst thousands and millions of people. So it is a fundamental right. It's essential to the outcome of our day-to-day interactions as human beings. Privacy enables us to create barriers and manage boundaries to protect ourselves from unwarranted interference in our lives, which allows us to negotiate who we are and how we want to interact with the world around us. Privacy helps us to establish boundaries or to limit who have access to our bodies or places or things, as well as our communication or information as we use the internet. Now, there are rules that protect our privacy and gives us this ability to assert our rights, in the face of significant data usage. So sometimes when we give so much information that is not actually required, we become vulnerable to certain attacks that are unnecessary. So in modern society, the deliberation around data privacy is debated much around our freedoms and things like that. But as for today, we need to understand the types of data that are being collected on the internet today. Now, personally, people submit their personal records. When we say personal records, you give your name, you give your date of birth, you give your home address, you give the names of your siblings, you give a lot of information about who you are. Those are personal data that is collected. And they are collected in the hospitals, they are collected in our schools, they are collected in the social media platforms, they are collected on the websites, they are collected in so many platforms. So this kind of information defines who we are. Another kind of information that is submitted online is financial information. A lot of people begins to create bank accounts, statements of accounts, and the financial transactions that are online. And a lot of data is being collected. I'm sure you agree with me that there are a lot of fraudulent activities that are going on this day because of the amount of financial information that we share online. So you share your BVN, you share your bank account details, you share your transaction history, and so on and so forth. Another important data that is being submitted online is what we call the browser history. Now, whenever you browse the internet, you are given an opportunity to visit certain websites, certain domains, certain destinations on the internet. And as you visit these domains, it gives the opportunity for someone else to be able to view what have you been viewing, view the list of history that you have been viewing. All these data are being collected. All right. Now, as this data is being collected, there are risks that are associated with it based on your personal data submitted, your financial record, your browsing history, and all whatnot. There are risks that are associated with data privacy. Some of the risks include identity theft. What is identity theft? Somebody can come up to act as another person. All right. If, for instance, I am on Facebook and somebody goes to my Facebook profile, hijacks my Facebook profile, and he has access to my name, my date of birth, my siblings, he has access to my friends on social media, on Facebook, he has access to my parents, has access to my address, has access to a lot of people that I know. And so this person now assumes my position and claims to be myself and decides to go ahead and ask people for money, or goes ahead and commits a crime and goes ahead and does a lot of dangerous things. But the internet is going to see it as myself carrying out this activity. And why is it so? Because my identity has been stolen. So if I give so much information out there about who I am, there is a danger that somebody is going to steal my identity, and that is a problem. And so we try to encourage young people, children who are in secondary schools, those who are even primary school, that as you learn about the internet, it is very important that you need to know this. Only submit what is necessary on the social media or on the internet. Don't go ahead to give every information about yourself, because somebody else can claim or can do what we call identity theft. Another risk that is associated to it is what we call the financial fraud. Financial fraud is when somebody calls you and says that he's calling from a bank and he wants you to submit your social security number, submit your ATM PIN number, submit your BVN number, your ATM card, and requires some very important information about you. And meanwhile, that person only got some basic information from the social media or from the internet. And because of that, he begins to carry out fraudulent attacks. There are another thing that actually happens for people on the internet when it comes to financial fraud. Somebody now checks your browsing history and personal information and discovers the kind of things that you like. And so this person decides to act as if he or she is an agent to sell a product for you on the internet. And because you are naive, you go ahead to yield to that kind of situation. And because of the vulnerability thereof, you become a victim of financial fraud. You also have loss of personal autonomy. All these are risks that are faced within the data privacy. Now, the other aspect is the importance of data privacy. Sometimes we have the individual impact. We need to discuss the personal impact of data breaches and privacy violations. And this discussion needs to be taking place in all our various institutions, in our various schools as we celebrate this Internet Day. What are the personal impact of data breaches and privacy violation? How does it affect your education? How does it affect your parents? How does it affect your social life? How does it affect your educational progression? These are important questions that we need to look at because it has to do with the importance of data privacy. Then we have the social impact. How can we explore how the widespread of data privacy issues can affect our societal trust and relationship? Of course, there are some young people, some young boyfriends, and some young girlfriends that have become victims of cyberbullying, that have become victims of social media attacks, have become victims of how their privacy have been explored on the internet. Somebody does not care about the pictures he or she submits on the internet. But let me inform you today, for any information you submit, take this very importantly, the internet never forgets. If you submit a nude picture of yourself or a naked picture of yourself, the internet doesn't forget. If you submit false information about somebody, even if you delete the post tomorrow, the internet never forgets. So there are a lot of societal impact that this has on individuals, and it also has on the communities. All right. Now, how then do you protect your data privacy? Number one is by use of strong passwords. Where and how do you use strong passwords? You may have your email. If you have your email, you need strong password. You may have an online account, you need strong password. You may have, how do we put it? You may have a social media platform or an account, you need strong password. You may have whatever platform that you have, you may have strong password. And these strong passwords are so important because there are algorithms that are being used today on the internet that can break passwords very easily. And I can bet you a good number of people use these details as their passwords, maybe their date of birth, or they use the name of a loved one, maybe the name of a child or name of their parent or name of somebody that is important to them. All right. So they use some of these details as strong passwords, but that is wrong. If you want a strong password, first of all, your password must be a minimum of 10 characters or 12 characters. Number two, your password must have a capital letter or uppercase. Number three, your password must have a lowercase or small letters. Number four, your password must have a number, all right, a number inside. Number five, your password should have a special character. So what are the things? Number one, it must have it must be 10 to 12 characters minimum. Number two, it must have a capital letters and small letters. It must also have numbers, and it must have a special characters. If you create a password that has this combination, you are sure that your password is going to be strong. All right. Now, in order to save time, let me quickly round up. There are privacy settings you need to do on your social media online accounts. If you go to your Facebook, for instance, it is not everything that everybody must see. All right. On your Facebook page, you just put everybody must see everything. No, you just put friends or maybe only friends and close friends. But if you put friends of friends of friends, that is a problem. Another thing is that make sure that you don't make your phone number visible on the social media. make sure your date of birth is not visible on your social media. So whether you're using Facebook or you are using Instagram or you're using Twitter, make sure you go to the privacy settings and ensure that your settings are limited to a few. Then you also be aware of what we call phishing scams. All right. Phishing scams are when somebody sends you a particular link to download something, or particular link to win a lottery, or particular link to achieve something. Those kind of links can be very, very, very dangerous. So identifying and avoiding phishing scams attempts is very important, and it will help your safety on the internet. Then the use of VPN. VPN is what we call virtual private networks. And basically, VPNs are used in order to secure or protect the information that you are sharing on the internet. So if you are using VPN, it encrypts your data that you are using on the internet. Then also make sure that you have regular updates on your system. These updates are on your phone or on your laptop or on whatever device that you have. Once you have these particular updates on a regular basis, then I am sure you can have yourself secured. Now, what role will our schools or organizations take for data privacy? For instance, for every school that are participating in this Internet Day, remember that if you have internet in your school, create a policy, all right, that can help to protect the children that access the internet. It is not everything that the children should be able to have access to on the internet. Number two, you also need to create a filter or a firewall to protect the children from accessing either adult images or to access dark images or access the dark web and access some very sensitive areas. So organizations or institutions should learn to create these policies, and that will help. Then transparency and consent. This you need to also discuss with the parents of the children to understand that there are certain things that they need to sign and give consent before you begin to allow the children in the schools to use. Then we have ethical data usage, encouraging the use of ethical usage of data in it. Finally, we need to understand that data privacy is one of the important elements that we need to put high priority to when it comes to the usage of the internet. And it is not limited to only parents and schools and organizations, but it also has a lot to do with the internet society to create more awareness like we are doing today for everybody to help in creating this privacy. So remember, number one, the internet never forgets. Anything you put on the internet will always remember. Number two, you need to protect yourself by limiting the kind of information that you put on the social media or on the internet. If you do that, you are protecting yourself. Number three, you also remember that to create a strong password on your social media accounts, you need a minimum of 8 to 10 characters. You need capital letters, you need small letters, you need numbers, and you need a special character. Thank you very, very much for this opportunity to share a little about data privacy. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sati. It's been very, very heartwarming, and the presentation has been very apt. I believe the students and all the participants here have gained one or two things out of all the numerous items you've listed. Most importantly, I believe everybody should take note that you hammered more on caution that whichever network activity you are doing on the net, you have to take caution. You have to be sure that your activities are either encrypted so that there are some privacy related to it, and that you also do not make information that are not necessary. You do not make it available on the net because it is always there. Just as I said, the internet never forgets. Thank you very much for the presentation. It's been wonderful. Please, if there are questions, I believe we should just throw it to the chat box so that Mr. Sati can address the questions later. But as time is also going, we have our second presenter also waiting to present for us today. It is also an unstructured presentation by Ms. Tinuade Oguntuyi, sorry about that. Ms. Tinuade Oguntuyi will also be presenting for us. Very unstructured presentation, ma'am. You are welcome to the platform. We want you to do a brief presentation of yourself and just kickstart the whole presentation. Thank you very much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Happy Safer Internet Day, everyone. I really enjoyed the last session, though I was in and out, but I got value. And I'm very sure the students too, they are really getting their notes. Make sure you get notes and revisit most of these nuggets that are being shared. As earlier introduced, my name is Tinuade Oguntuyi. I'm a network infrastructure professional, and I head solutions and the network team in an ISP here in Lagos, Nigeria. It gladdens my heart to be here. And like the boss introducing me said, is an unstructured one. I just want to quickly add one or two things to the subject of the day. I know that we are all aware of the reason Internet Society as a global body, and of course the Nigerian chapter, do all we do to create a safe place on the internet where nothing is owned by anybody. We don't allow the internet to be splitted, whereby now people have more rights than the other, because that was not the whole idea. But even as we do all of this and we encourage people to talk, their voices to be heard, we also have to tread with caution. Imagine you live in a place, you don't want to say, because after all, I bought the land, I built the house, or I rented and I paid the landlord. You throw away pools everywhere and mess the whole place. Because at the end of the day, the pool is not going to only stink and affect you, but it can affect other people's health. It can, make them really uncomfortable. And that is the way we should also deal on the internet. Our digital footprint is something we should guard very well. Just like the last speaker said, the internet doesn't forget. And he mentioned the point, and that resonated. And I was actually going to mention that earlier, that people think that, oh, when I drop it now, tomorrow I can repent and take it off. My dear, there are things that we call the Wayback Machine. There are tools on the internet. Remember, it's just like the way we look at the hackers. You have heard when people will say that even hackers, they will hack your system and still build the solution to it because they know what they've done wrong and they know how to remediate same. So you don't want to just be careless and drop things on the internet and say, hey, when I get better at it, I will make corrections. It might just be too late because somebody will just go in, dig things about the past and which can hurt the future. And we don't want that. Now, talking about data privacy. I think many a times we have to go beyond just talking and doing the talk, because it's still a little saddening that you still go to events, even technology events in this era, and the number of information that they will ask of you, you will be thinking, what exactly is happening here? The concern is not necessarily about what they intend to do with this data, but is how are they even able to secure this data, and how are you sure a third party is not going to access this data? Many a times we trivialize data, especially students. We think, oh, what is it about data? But I tell you, there are lots of things about data. People's lives have been endangered because of careless disclosures of data, like home address. Not even now when kidnap is on the rampant on this side that we are, which of course we're praying to God that all of this reduces and finally diminishes. But we also have to take active steps. You don't call your phone numbers. You can't be in a public transport and you're just calling your phone number details. I was in a community of practice a month ago, and somebody said a woman brought out her phone and she was doing a banking transaction so carelessly, not even thinking of the next person seated beside her. And when she was done, the passenger beside her, being somebody that is very inclined to safety and digital literacy and all of that, mentioned a password to her. And she looked in amazement. How did you know my password? I said, because you showed me. He said, no, I didn't show you. He said, yes, because you were not even cautious at all. Imagine if that woman seated next to her other passenger is a bad person. All they need to do is just get that phone off her and they will do harm to her. So as little things as that, we have to be careful sharing addresses with people in public spaces. As students, I know we want to go on the internet. There's this thing about, oh, let me also be online. And you get to a place, they say there is free Wi-Fi. And you just jump on with your smartphone to just want to download or, bypass. Oh, after all, they don't give us access in school, so now I have access. You really have to be careful so that you are not trying to invariably take in a free thing and you're losing more. Data privacy, I know that the Nigerian society now, and thankfully, Internet Society of Nigeria is also one of the pioneers and advocating and saying that, you know what, we need to be careful the way we deal with data. Don't look at it that, oh, when they talk of data privacy, it has to do with organizations or businesses, even as individuals. Because one thing that I have learned over time is that when you safeguard yourself and you pay less attention to your neighbor being safeguarded, you are all actually at risk. Because if anything happens to your neighbor eventually, it can create a chance or a door to you. So one of the duties that we have to also do, especially in celebrating the Safer Internet Day, is that every knowledge, every information, every value that you have gotten, ensure you share with others. That is when you can be a true evangelist of this that we are preaching. It doesn't stay with you. It will do you of good, but it will be of greater good when you share with others. And don't think anybody is too old, anybody is too young to make mention of all these things. Do you know even till now, people still give their ATMs to others with their password? Like, oh, like I will refer to the community of practice again. There was this information we heard about grandmas and grandpas coming into the banking hall complaining that all their money have been stolen. And by the time they will be questioned, they will even find out that it might be that little boy in the neighborhood that they have carelessly given their ATMs to go and withdraw money, exposing their passwords or their pins to them, that have done those harm to them. Everything that is private to you as an individual, imagine it the same way for your data. Would you come and just open your door of your house and allow thieves to come in to take your things or your parents' things or your children's things? No, you wouldn't. And that is the same way You have to guard your data jealously. What is supposed to be private, please do not publicize. And also referencing the last speaker, and it's just like I must have looked into his books, or he also had an idea of some of the things I wanted to say. Facebook especially, and I'm really glad he mentioned Facebook, because that is one of the very social media that came first. We were almost all ignorant of how to really go about setting some precautions. So you can easily see people's age. You can see who they're engaged with. You can see their addresses. You can even see locations that they move from one place to the other. These are harmful. These are harmful. So one of the ways we do, as many that have social media accounts, especially Facebook, go back, revisit it, and turn off those things that you want to keep private. If you're a business person, maybe you want to keep your number, but you can be seen with it a little too, putting a number that you know that if anybody reaches me on this number, it has to be from the one I had shown on my social media. And if somebody is calling you on another line that you know you haven't publicized, at least you will attend to it also with familiarity, that, oh, anybody that has this line definitely knows me very well. Anybody that is calling on this other line doesn't really know me well, so I have to be careful. Another one that we have to really be careful is the synchronization of most of these social apps. We need to be very smart about it. And, like the last speaker also said, there are a lot of algorithms. So algorithms helps you with your password, but it also helps the bad guys to take from us. So imagine you're using WhatsApp and you're on Instagram and you're on Meta, which is Facebook. You, one way or the other, report to a man that has 3 children and knows all the children, can access all the children's Can you hear me, please?
We can hear you now.
Oh, okay, sorry. I had to quickly use my phone because I'm on another meeting on my laptop. So like I was saying, the person that is like the founder can see through all of this. So synchronization on all these platforms is something you also need to be wary about. So don't think, oh, I posted something on Instagram, no other person sees it, I don't have anybody that knows me. They will still purge it one or the other to other platforms. And that is how information moves really fast. So we need to be careful. Like I said, what is supposed to be private, keep it private. Many of us have children and we tell them, oh, this is a private thing. This is a private room. This is, don't discuss family matters outside. That is the same way we should treat our data. Don't sell others unknowingly to you, because the truth is that is not what you genuinely want to do. So we have to really be careful. I know, like I said, bodies like ISOC and even NDPR and everybody were trying to all put effort. But let me tell you, every change you desire also begins with you. You are also a stakeholder. You are in GSS1, you're in SS3, you are also a stakeholder. When you go on your break time and you see anybody doing anything carelessly, don't keep quiet. Tell them, educate them, because you don't know how much you will save. Have you not seen people where they need to catch a friend that had done a bad thing and they are linked through somebody that is close to them? How do you think all of those happen? It's because of information that has been shared. You are a senior on this call, or you trade, you have to be careful. Your banking information, your NIN, your BVN, they are all things that we should treat carefully. Because we need to make this as relatable as possible so that we know even those little things that we leave or give out our information unknowingly. Do you know that on the internet, people sell data? But you don't even know if they sell data, maybe just to get you on adverts or, to sell products to you. It will be fine. But what about the people that will buy it to do malicious things? And that is why we should be careful. The last speaker also mentioned two-factor authentication. Honestly, we cannot overemphasize that. Even as technology is evolving and we know that there will be passwordless apps and all of those, but while we still have it, please, WhatsApp scam is really the highest as we speak. And the funny part of it, like recently, somebody called me and told me that, the admin of a group I belong to on WhatsApp had communicated that there will be a prayer meeting by 6 p.m. that very day, and they wanted to know how many members will attend. And I thought to myself, though I haven't visited the group to confirm, but I'm not sure the admin needed somebody to communicate to us for a meeting. So I asked the person, I said, so what exactly is your role? Why is there a middleman in this conversation? He said, yes, because it's urgent meeting. He needs to get information from everybody. I said, okay, so what information do you want to get? He said, the code will come on your phone right now. Just give me the code so that we impute it and register you as part of people that will join. And you will also use same code to join the meeting by 6 p.m. And I said, if there will be any code at all, my dear, I need it, not you. It should be private to me, not you. And why have I spoken so articulately? Because I know it is not the right thing to do. So immediately I said that, he got offended. And I've heard that most of them, when they want to hack you or do all of these malicious things, once they know you have caught them, they really become offensive. And it was really offensive. He started, saying very abusive words. I didn't mind. He ended the call, and lo and behold, a code came up on my WhatsApp. And of course, WhatsApp, because they too try to put security measures, I'd asked that, are you the one that requested for this? But imagine, because I'm busy and I quickly want to just get that information and pass it to him, he asks my WhatsApp account and he begins to defraud every other person on my contact list. So, we have to pay attention. For some of us that already receive emails, please be attentive. Even just days ago, somebody sent me an email disguising like my CEO. And you will be surprised that these people have other ways they gather information so that they will bring that information. And before you blink, you are probably acted. And that is why don't be in a rush. Even if somebody calls you, oh, hello, your mommy is in the hospital. She had an accident. Oh, your uncle just got injured by a bike. Quickly send something. Oh, you have to start coming. Meet us at so place so that we can pick you up. My dear, please try. If you can make another call to another person or use a different medium, please do. If you're a working class, if it's an email, and you're not sure because the urgency and everything needs, use your phone, make a call. Just make sure you're not using the same platform. All of this will help. And for some of us, we have even been exposed and we don't know. So there is a tool that I will just tell us, maybe for some of us, we have email addresses. We just want to know if our emails have been compromised and what we can do better. There's a tool called Have I Been Pwned? When you put this tool on your browser, you can actually see if somebody had pwned or your password had been compromised. The last speaker also spoke about phishing emails. And there is another tool on Google that you can use to take some tests just to educate yourself. What we need to know is that data privacy, security does not end. It's not a one thing you do one day and you forget about it. Same way with your house, where you live, where you do business. You can't stay there, even in your school. Oh, because the gate is there and it has been built. Sometimes wear and tear, maybe because of pressure every now and then. The hackers also are trying, they are improving on their evil skills. Let me call it that way, because any skills that is not going to be of social impact is not a good one. So, you also have to check every other time. You have to learn new things too, because they aren't sleeping, they aren't slacking. You shouldn't too. Even things you don't know. Have you heard lately how people are defrauded of their hard-earned money through POS? So you have to also be vigilant in privatizing something to yourself or keeping something private. It's just the same way as a woman that I believe, some part of my body is private. I want to make sure I cock up, like we used to say, so that nobody is saying what I believe is private to me. So, being vigilant is very important. Make learning something that is part of you, because that is how you also can be on top of the game. And by learning, I don't literally mean that it has to be the book way alone. There are different things that happen around us that we can, use. Let me quickly say this before I round up. One time I was riding the car with my children and they had their friends also in the car. And I wanted to just tell them about, online safety, because I just want to use very regular things they can relate with. And I was asking them, if somebody knocks the door or ring the bell and say, your mommy say you should come downstairs or something, what would you do? And the first child that answered said, I will ask that, where did you see my mom and all that? And the second person interrupted and said, even engaging in such conversation, they can record your voice and clone it. So you have to be careful the number of things you even say. And I looked at the wisdom in what the child has said, that, wow, people, we should not be ignorant of what is called artificial intelligence. Do you know some people even call you nowadays and they will be mute on that other side just for you to say hello, maybe like a number of times. They can take that voice, clone it and use it elsewhere. So not to create fear, but we just need to be aware, because all of these totals up to security, our privacy being kept, and all of it. I think I've been able to contribute as much. Like I said, it's really unstructured, but I hope I've been able to just share one or two values. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mrs. Tinuade Oguntui. It's been very wonderful, very enlightening. All the experiences you've shared with us here today have been really, really enlightening for us. It's an issue that everybody needs to take concerns of, especially in terms of when we know that we are the change agents ourselves. We need to let it start with us, just as you mentioned. Everybody has to be an ambassador of this. All the children, the adults, everybody on this call needs to be sure that they are carrying this message around, and they make sure that those that are with them also resonate the same spirit, the same ideology as to keeping themselves safe on the internet, making sure that people around them are also safe. It has been very great. We've not been receiving any questions on the chat board, but if there are questions from any of the listeners on this call, please, they can throw it in. And if there is any live questions too that could be thrown to our facilitators, please, it can be raised and then they will attend to it. Meanwhile, I want to know whether our Vice President is still on this call so that he can continue with the program. Mr. Vice President, sir. Okay. If Mr. Kibo is still not on call, because I know he's also handling a number of activities, I will call on Mr. Hello? Ma'am, I can't hear you very well.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, one of our students here have a question. Some of our students here have a question.
Okay. Once there are questions, they can just be allowed to throw out the questions so that the facilitators can take the questions as they are seated.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Just state your name and relay the question.
My name is Shedrak Naret.
State your name and relay the question.
My name is Shedrak Naret, and my question is:
Good morning, Shedrak.
Students control the use of negative impact of the internet?
Okay. Any other one?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Emanuela Samuel. I'm from Bishop's Memorial Academy.
Okay. Your question.
So my question is, the person who spoke said the internet never forgets. So my question is, if the internet never forgets, is it that the internet is trying to take the place of God? Or it's just that the internet never forgets? Because sometimes we delete our posts on the social media we use and we don't see it again. So I just want to know how the internet never forgets when we delete our posts.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. I believe our facilitators will give you a very good response in relation to these questions. Over to you. I will first call on Mr. Sati, if he's still on call, to attempt the first question. And I think Ms. Tinuade will give justice to the second question. Hello?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Thank you very much for the question. The first question is asking how to control the negativity of students as they use the internet, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the second question is talking about internet never forgets. So let me look at the first one. Negativity, okay, let me put it this way. The internet is like a market. When you go to a market, there are a lot of things you can see and buy in the market. You see them buying and selling. There are ways you sell tomatoes. There are places they sell cars. There are places they sell electronics. There are places they sell. So the internet has so many things. It's like a market, big market. In the same market, there are good people and there are bad people. In the same market, there are people that sell good things and there are people that sell bad and harmful things. So if you are going to the market, you need to know what you want to go and buy. So if you want to buy something good, you know where to go and buy it. There are some good children that when they go to the market, maybe they didn't go to the market with the intention of buying something bad. But because there are bad people within the market, they can come and deceive them and lure them in order to come and introduce them to the bad things. That is how the internet is. The internet has so many good things and so many bad things. But the people that are selling the bad things on the internet has a way of luring and deceiving and enticing children and even adults into doing things that are not good in the internet. So how do you prevent or help children or other people from doing these bad things? That is why I said earlier, you need to first of all add what we call filters on your internet. If there are parents here or there are school managements that provide internet to the school, or parents that provide internet to their children at home, there are what we call internet filters. You go to the router that gives the internet and say, I want to filter children from accessing A, B, C, D, E. There are websites that enable children, that teach children on how to steal. I don't want them to access that website. There are websites that teach children how to fornicate. I don't want them to access that website. There are websites that teach people how to go and kill other people. I don't want them to access this website. So you go to the filters and then you now apply that. We call it policies. You apply these policies. There is another way you can also do as a parent or as an adult. You can say, if I have my phone and my child wants to use my phone, I should first of all block certain things before I issue this phone to the child. If you do that, then you are helping the child, because children can be very inquisitive. They want to find out. You know, that was what happened to Eve in the garden. Eve wanted to find out what is it in this tree. And then she went and packed, and then the devil just catch her like that. And so you're not supposed to go to snoop around where you are not supposed to go. So parents are supposed to guide that. And if it is in a school, the school management should make sure that whenever the children are accessing the internet, there is a tutor around. There is a computer teacher close by so that he can guide them. It's like going to the market. If I am going with my child, I will hold the hand of my child as I go to the market. If not, the child can get lost in the market. So I don't know if I'm able to answer the question in a very simple way or not. For the first one, that is the little I can say.
Very well. I believe the student is hearing. I believe the question is quite answered, but we need to get confirmation from the school. I hope the student is satisfied with that answer. The internet.
Yes, the student is satisfied with the answer.
All right. So the attempt on the first and second questions are quite apt. I believe internet is a tool, and whatever you use the tool for, because you can use it for both negative and positive things. Whatever you now use the internet for is what determines who you are, whether you are now a criminal or a cyber criminal. It now depends on you. But the safeguards that we all put in is what is now important. So as administrators, as students, as users of the internet, we need to put this safeguard to make sure that we are safe when we are on the net. Over to you, Madam Tinuade. I want you to also give justice to those questions that were asked so that the students can have a better understanding of how to promptly be safe while they are using the internet. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I really love what Mr. Sati said about that analogy of internet being a marketplace. And what I want to tell the students mostly is also that, do you know that everywhere you go in this world, we all need water? But have you also heard that people have died by drowning in water? So is water itself the problem? No. is the way you have used it that will either give life or otherwise. You all are students and you have your pens. You can use that pen to write and get good grades, but you know some people also use pen to attack their colleagues or their fellow students, which of course I know you and students like that. So what am I trying to say? Any provision that be made for something, always remember it can either be abused or be used for good. Now the decision is yours to decide, what do I want to do in this marketplace, like Mr. Sati called it? Do I want to go in there, trade, grow, and bring back good tidings? Or I want to go there, scatter people's shop, or take their things away forcefully, you know? So, which of course I know, you will choose to go in there, trade well, do things appropriately, come back as a better person. Or because why do you think people go to the market in the first place? Is either to go and buy something that will eat or sell something that will make profit from, or go and probably learn a trade too. So those are the things you have to decide. It is up to you. And that is why that being change agent is also important, because you have had it now. People must have given proliferated views of the internet is now a safe place to be there. We're talking about safer internet day to day. That means you and I also have a part to play to making this marketplace that has been set up for good intentions not to be the one that will harm or destroy us. Having said that, my other young lady and friend said that, are we likening internet to God? Far from it, and far be it. In fact, is no way close to what we are saying. The truth is that except humans have medical conditions, even humans, you don't forget. If your friend slaps you today and make amends tomorrow, you will settle and go well. But you haven't forgotten he or she slapped you at some point. Maybe when you remember it, you don't have any hurt again, which is what, of course, forgiveness teaches, but does not mean that person haven't slapped you before, right? The consequences probably might not be there, but that event has happened. And don't let us be mistaken. There are different people in that marketplace. So you come today and you throw water on the floor and make a mess of everywhere. The sun comes, evaporate, and everywhere is dry. Does not mean those people that have seen you while you made that mess will not refer to your name when somebody says, have there been anybody that made a mess in this market? Is it so person did, so year ago, or a period of time, and this is the length of the damage this person caused by the mess. That is part of the internet not forgetting that we're talking about. Sometimes it's not just because it's even cached in a machine or a server. It's because you posted that thing and somebody else saw it and screen grabbed it. Either to make a case or just for screen grabbing to show somebody that can imagine what people are posting on the internet. And tomorrow, you say you are vying for a position or you have an appointment, they will go and dig it out. So don't let's think it far. That is just maybe internet doesn't forget and you know, the server is keeping what I'm deleting. Because you have seen it deleted does not mean it has completely been deleted. And that is the truth. Imagine you having a dye in your hands that you can use to color a cloth, and you pour it on a plain cloth, let's say white. That moment, because we know dyes have these funny smells, everybody smells it and everybody feels irritated at that moment. What is this you are doing? I say, I'm sorry. And you quickly dip it in water, you try to squeeze it out, wash it, and you do everything. Does that mean that dye had not touched that cloth? The smell might go. The inconvenience or irritation everybody felt at that moment might go. Even the color, when you wash it now, might not show the color you dyed it to, but it's still on the clothes. And tomorrow, a clothing expert sees that cloth and says that, this had undergone some chemical reactions. Maybe it feels lighter or it feels harder for the material that it should be. And that is what we're saying about the internet doesn't forget. So which would you choose? Is it not better to just be safe than to take chances? You might post it and nobody screen grab, screenshot or anything, but it's saved and somebody malicious, because that's what you need to know. You know, I talked about a tool called the Wayback Machine. It's actually a tool that you can even use to get the data of a website that is no longer active, but has been active before. So how much more your own single photo or write-up? Didn't it even happen? As many of us that probably see the news, the present Minister of Digital Economy and Communications and Innovation, when he was being questioned on his appointment, a post he literally did then, years back, just innocently, not that he even meant any harm. They used it against him during the questioning period. Now imagine if perhaps he was not able to substantiate his reasons solidly with points that were convincing. The appointment would have gone. Maybe the appointment wouldn't pain him because he's a well and established man. But is it a good thing that you lost an opportunity to help millions because of one thing you did or wrote or posted years or months ago? And that is why I said in my first talk that we need to tread cautiously. Know why you are on the internet. Your digital footprint is as good as the way you will treat your international passport if you have one with you, or your NIMSI card or something that identifies you. You don't want to be labeled wrongly, and you need to guard that jealously. So my dear and others, that is what we mean by internet never forgets. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Tino Adeoguntui. It's been really enlightening, heartwarming that this presentation has gone this way and this far. I believe every participant here today have gotten one or two things to protect themselves better with while navigating the internet from today and onward. I believe the students.
Question and answer session. Now we have just a very short. Oh my God.
Excuse me, I didn't get that. Hello, Madam Priscilla.
Okay, sorry. It's not for you. Can continue.
Oh, okay. Right. Since we are now like concluding this session, I will want to also invite Mr. Sati to give us the next activities that we are collaborating with. I know he has something to say on that. So you have the floor now, Mr. Sati.
Month of the year.
Okay.
So that means
Is Mr. Sati still on call?
Yes, I'm here. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Oops. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me share my screen so that we will see it. Just a minute. Share my screen now.
Mr. Sati, this shouldn't take long.
Yes.
5-7 minutes, you should be done.
Yes, just briefly.
All right.
What you can see currently is a collaboration in order to make the Safer Internet Day even better felt across the globe. especially in Nigeria. There is a partnership with Cisco, University of Jos, Nigeria Computer Society, and Internet Society to carry out a free 4 weeks training on basic networking, and it's an online workshop. It's going to kick off today, 6th of February 2024. And it's a workshop, hands-on skill to commemorate the Safer Internet Day by ISOC. And in the skills you will learn is how to build a simple local area network, how to implement IP version 4 and IP version 6 addressing schemes, how to configure routers, switches, and end devices, how to master Cisco packet tracers, how to troubleshoot, configure and troubleshoot connectivity within a small network. Now, the link has been shared. Currently, we have about 700 persons that have already registered for this event. And like I said, it's going to be in partnership with ISOC, which we hope that as many persons as possible can join, because it's a 4 weeks hands-on training. So we have presenters from different fields of life. Let me share that also with you so that, sorry. Let me share. Okay. These are the presenters. First of all, the program will begin today. We're going to have a presentation from ISOC. The ISOC president is going to give us a welcoming speech. We'll have Nigeria Computer Society, and we'll have somebody from the University of Jos. And then the next day, not the next day, on the 8th of February, by the same time, 7 p.m. Usually the workshop is 2 p.m. every day, 3 times in a week, from 7 to 9 p.m. So on the 8th, we'll have Network Today Basic Switch and Device Configuration by Priscilla. And these are lab activities that she's going to take. Then on the 10th, we'll have Protocols, Models, Physical Layer by Mr. Dapel. And then these are the activities. We will have Mr. Chukudi Theodore, a specialist from Cisco.
Mr. Sati, you don't need to give us the whole of this. I know it will be part of the whole package, but it's just for the awareness of the people on call here, especially the students, so that they will know that this program is ongoing, and if they also want to take advantage of it, which is important, they should register as it is starting today. And they should also know it is for 4 weeks. I think it is more of the information that they should register, log on to it, and make sure they harness the benefits of the program going forward, so that they will also be able to equip themselves with a better usage of the internet, with all this basic training that has been highlighted. So the advantages are there for them to tap into, but let them now seek it, because this will be posted, because in all our hubs, the representative already have this poster with them, and if anybody is in need of it, it will be given, and it's also already on the ISOC platform. So for anybody that wants to register and partake in the program, so that they can continue with you, it's starting today, and of course, if anybody wants to take advantage of it, they should keep it up from today. So I believe the message is passed, Mr. Sati, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very, very much.
All right. On that note, I'm still calling on to the Vice President if he is available because we wanted to wrap up, but we want him to do the wrapping up for us. If he's still available, if he can hear us on call, he should just indicate. Because if not, I will call on Madam Priscilla. Madam Treasurer.
Okay, just a minute. Let me get to her. Just a minute.
Okay. Because I know quite a number of us are actually busy at the hubs. And,
okay, I think she's really
it's
engaged.
very
She's
important that we
now
take
with
charge.
the school. She's in a presentation now with students there.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Yes. So I will just do the wrap up and in the meantime. So we will also give a lot of thanks to both our facilitators, Madam Tinuade Oguntuyi. We thank you very much. We appreciate your giving us this this very heartwarming attendance in our program and giving us the lectures, because this is a very eye-opening, the sound and the effort to navigate the internet with better knowledge, knowing that whatever they want to do on the net, they need to be cautious. They need to take their activity serious because the internet registers them and never forget. We thank you very much for the presentation, ma'am.
Thank you, my pleasure.
And Mr. Sati too, we thank you so much for the presentation. We really appreciate your attendance and the presentation given. We believe that this will be very impactful for all the participants, the students, and everybody on call. We appreciate you. We are also open that whenever we call onto you, anytime after now, you will be able to attend to our calls. We appreciate everyone on this call.
Thank you very much.
So, on that note, we want to round up our online presentation of the Safer Internet Day while the activities at the hub continues. So, everybody on call, we thank you. Mr. Kingsley Shiagoro, we thank you. Every other person that we called in that were in little or short notice, we thank you for making this attendance and making the day a very worthwhile one. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, sir. So on that note, we are closing the online presentation of the Safer Internet Day for today, while the programs at the hub continues. Thank you all, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, thank you, and God bless.
ɗin da yake nan take a yi tracking ne a kama shi. Amma dole abin da ake so kai zama akwai negligence cikin lalurar. To akwai hanyoyi da yawa wa'anda hukumomi, akwai ma hukumomin da suke kare duk wani kwastoma na banki daga irin wa'annan abubuwa na in an yi maka sata za a dawo maka da abinka. Kuma za a duba a gani wani lokaci in abin ya faru idan aka ga laifin bankin kana ba laifin kana ba, su abubuwa su ba da proper security protocols ba na tsare kuɗin kwastomomi, to gwamnati za ta cilasta